And because they believed it, they saw it, they saw everything happen in front of their eyes. Unless you have 100%, 200% conviction to do something, you cannot do like this. And they went all over, and Andrew also went to the several places and preached the gospel. And Georgia, he was the one who introduced Christianity, and Romania, and all the places. Look, the cave where they saw the tradition of ancient Christianity. Maybe he went and stayed in the cave. Who knows? People went and stayed. St. Thomas went and stayed in the cave, and they were running away from people sometimes to save themselves, and stayed in the cave along with animals. Yes.
Early Christian history in Ukraine holds that the Apostle Andrew is said to have preached on the southern borders of modern-day Ukraine along the Black Sea. About the middle of the 10th century, Andrew became the patron saint of Scotland. Several legends state that the relics of Andrew were brought under supernatural guidance from Constantinople to the place where the modern town of St. Andrews stands today.
There's a town called St. Andrews. Okay. And fourth point, in Ukraine, part of Russia, Ukraine has become popular for a different reason now. But this was the reason the early Christianity went to Ukraine. Apostle Andrew. You have seen Romania, you have seen Georgia, you have seen Scotland. We see Ukraine everywhere. The presence of Andrew is here that we see.
Saint of Scotland, Ukraine, Russia, Romania, Patras in Greece, Amalfi in Italy, Lucca in Malta, and Escuria in Portugal. He was also the patron saint of Prussia and of the Order of the Golden Fleece. The flag of Scotland, and consequently the Union flag, which also features on the flags of Australia, New Zealand, and the arms and flag of Nova Scotia, feature St. Andrew's Saltire cross. The Saltire is also the flag of Tenerife, the flag of Galicia, and the naval jack of Russia. Florida and Alabama flags also show that device.
Oh my goodness.
Exciting. A lot of things that we don't know.
Right.
Because Andrew is the patron saint for several countries, and his particular cross is being there in several flags. Next. This is the naval ensign of Russia. This Saltire cross. Next. Naval, same Saltire cross in the naval jack of Russia. Saltire for flag of Scotland. Same thing, different colors though, but the cross is the same. Feast of Andrew. We talked about the feast being celebrated in Catholic tradition as well as in Lutheran tradition. We have feasts. So, Feast of Andrew is on November 30th. Read please.
Feast of Andrew is observed on November 30th in both the Eastern and Western churches, and is the national day of Scotland. In the traditional liturgical books of the Catholic Church, the Feast of St. Andrew is the first feast day in the proper of saints.
I don't know for what reason, but maybe he was the first disciple, so it became the first feast in the calendar year. Also see, it's a national day in Scotland. The day of St. Andrew, that is a national day in Scotland. November 30th.
Andrew is said to have been martyred by crucifixion at the city of Patras in Achaia, on the northern coast of the Peloponnese.
Okay, Alan is not here. Alan wanted to know whether I will tell him or tell you about how he died, and this is what it is. But he's missing. Alan is okay. So that's how he was martyred. As I told you, except John, who attained the old age and had a natural death, all the other disciples have been martyred. Okay, and this one crucified again,
Crucified.
like
Oh my
Christ.
goodness.
Next.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Read.
A
read.
tradition develops that Andrew had been crucified on an X-shaped cross, now commonly known as St. Andrew's Cross,
Oh,
supposedly at his own request, as he deemed himself unworthy to be crucified on the same type of cross as Jesus had been.
I don't know whether they had the similar type of thinking. The Peter also wanted to be crucified upside down, and here Andrew said, it cannot be the straight cross because I am not even worthy to be crucified on the same shape of Christ's cross. So that's why the cross became popular. The Saltire
I
cross
see, right.
we see in the several flags. It's like in a different shape. It's not like straight cross, different shape. And this is the cross. This is like a picture that I picked it from internet.
Pastor, I wonder why Florida and Alabama have that in their flag.
Because they became the patron saint.
Okay.
When initially people came and occupied, and
Florida
they brought the religion, And
Okay.
if supposing Andrew is close to me from Scotland, I bring the same thing here. That's how the initial occupants of those territories. Andrew would have been the patron saint for them, so they brought the same thing. Like England, people who migrated from England, they came here, and New York, it's a different name, New York City, and they only, because Yorkshire is a popular town in England, so they named here like New York,
Right.
because it looked like Yorkshire to them, and they said this is New York. I mean York, but this is a New York,
Right. Yeah.
New England.
Right. Yeah.
Several locations when you see wherever the new comes, because those people migrated from that place, and with memory of their the previous location, they named places here. New London,
New
Sure,
Hampshire.
we never thought of
New-
it.
New-
New Hampshire. Yeah.
yes, New Hampshire. Everything is British cities actually.
Right.
And,
Well, Pastor, did Andrew actually go to Scotland, or what do they mean by that?
Yeah.
His relics got there
yes,
by supernatural means. So,
correct.
so
I mean,
that ties
Scotland,
in with what you're saying now.
he did not go there.
He
That's,
didn't actually go
it doesn't say like that.
Right.
But some of them, the rulers at that time would have become very close to Andrew by praying, by reading, hearing about his stories, and he would have thought Andrew would be our patron saint. So from Roman, somebody, like a dream, some people have it, some supernatural ways. Somebody in the dream directing somebody, the relics have to go to Scotland like that. So the relics have been taken to Scotland.
Because it's so far.
So
out
that's how
Scotland.
he became the patron saint. Every country has a patron saint. Now people don't care about it, but the previous Christian people, they cared about the patron. So everybody prayed to them. The patron saint means they think that the patron saint is protecting their city. But generally we don't believe in it. We don't believe. We believe only Christ. And ultimately the triune God protect us, not the saints.
Right.
So that's why I keep saying that we do not have to pray through the saints, including Mother Mary. There are no Catholics here, I could say that.
They get
We
nervous.
cannot pray to Mother Mary. We revere her, we respect her. And God has chosen her. She's a chosen vessel for an important purpose. But it doesn't mean she becomes God. Really, I mean, when I see some big Roman Catholic churches and they worship Mother Mary, it's I mean,
In Canada, there's
You
one
know,
church
digest
that's
that.
all her.
yes.
The whole church is not one statue
Yeah,
of
they
Jesus in that
decorate
church.
her.
That's true.
Uh, even a statue of Jesus cannot be worshipped.
No.
Right, yes.
Even the cross cannot be worshipped. Then it becomes an idol. When you start worshipping anything other than God, God is invisible.
Absolutely.
God is in spirit. And those who worship Him must be worship Him in truth and spirit. Okay. Spirit. Actually, the place of worship is just an idea. Doesn't mean that God sits there. Okay. When you go to the altar, God doesn't sit there. Okay. But we imagine that God is in His throne there. And we imagine and bow our heads. Okay. Where two or three, what's going on? Some,
The heat.
The heat.
The heat.
oh,
Steam heat.
because we had rains, lot of rains for 2 days, and then I was wondering, we went around for the carol rounds yesterday, and a lot of streets were flooding. I was imagining, why can't my car, my small car, become like James Bond car? Suddenly it becomes a boat.
Pontoons.
Okay, next please. Church of St. Andrews in
Wow.
Greece, with this relics. Okay, the relics of Andrew is there, Greece. I want to go there. And anybody want to join? We could go together. It's a beautiful church. It looks like a mosque. The mosque, what we think is the mosque is the idea of Muslim. No, mosque came from Christian idea. From Eastern Orthodox churches, when you see Russian Orthodox or Greek Orthodox, all the churches will look like this. The idea of mosque came from them. Okay, not that we take the idea. Especially, I told you that I was a student of American college. We have a nice chapel. Looks like a mosque exactly. Like a teardrop, no? The same thing here. Okay, next. Okay, the relic of St. Andrew in Patras. Next. Conclusion. Let's quickly wrap this up.
Okay. Andrew was the first one who was called by Jesus.
Okay, now we are consolidating everything that we learned.
Okay. Andrew was the first one who called Jesus Messiah.
Okay?
Andrew was the first evangelist who recruited for Jesus.
All right?
And Andrew was the first bishop of Church of Byzantium.
Okay, all right.
Therefore, Andrew is one of the most important disciples of Christ, from whose life we can learn to be a good disciple of Jesus Christ.
Amen.
I never knew that he was that close
Yes.
and following through Bible study. Yeah.
Correct. Thank you so much for your patience
Thank
on this
you.
Bible
Yeah.
study. So with this we conclude St. Andrews. Now if you have questions you can ask me privately. Privately, not like Andrew went. I didn't mean like that. Okay. But we take a break for 2 weeks. And we will see you again in the first week of
Oh, okay.
January.
That's good.
So I'll see you in the new year, next year.
Next year. 2020.